Right, so morning guys, it is Friday morning. Pancakes for the family. So thanks for supporting the video yesterday. I thought it was a good video. The content's a lot better. I'm using the gimbal now. So I've got to pop down to one of the care homes that I work at today to put a couple parts on the LPG boiler. Then got a few little bits to do, just jogging about, and then I'm back to that bathroom that we did this week to get the toilet refitted because obviously there was an issue with the toilet. So I'm back there, get that redone this week. Just get a few bits done now, pack up my stuff like that, and then I will be off. So let's go. So I'm back with this loft now, back to these 3 LPG boilers. And the same was on these of the week. If you watched the video earlier, this one, we've got this one working here. This one's working now, and this one I've had a good thorough clean out. I've isolated that one, reason being I've done a warning certificate because it had a cracked burner. So I've got a brand new burner to go on. So again, obviously it's pretty simple. I've already given this one a service, stripped down, new seal kit on. Just need to whip it out today, get the new burner plate on, test it. Gas ratio, all that stuff, gas test, certification, you name it, we do it, and then we're good to go. So we'll get into where to do this. The team this morning, obviously, that just tend to be day in and day out, like I say. Get up, pack up, make breakfast for the kids as you do what you need to do. It is a real world, like I say. It's not all sunshine and rainbows and all polished pipes and stuff. It's dad duties are ours, so let's go. The tunes off. Right, so handy little kit this. This is what I like to use, the waver. Let's get my L-U light sorted out. Look at that boom, boy. So my waver set. Everything I need in here to make the job work. So I've whipped the old burner out now. I'm going to stand that one next to my new one there, so you can see, obviously, that is all intact and solid as it should be. The issue that I found with this burner is you'll see there, there's a hole in it there, so I can't lose that because you get incorrect flame displacement as well. I don't know how that's happened. It's obviously been a hot spot, but there's been a lot of crap in that boiler. So when the burner's been sat like that, I think she's got a lot of crap gathered there. It's overheated, like I say, just melted it away. But that's going in the bin. New one going in. New gasket as well. I'll get all that cleaned up and drop that in. Then that's good to go. But again, I can't stress enough, that is the best little set ever. Any boiler repairs, that's what I go to. That's my gas installation bag. Gonna drop this in, get the tunes back and booming. So you can see my old burner, not too happy. There's little holes on it, and these are, well, see you later mate. These are simple the way they work. Like I say, obviously we've got our ignition here, so once this ignites it comes through there, and then obviously the flame displacement, it'll ignite here, then the full thing will ignite. The flame on these only come to about here, and a lot of it works on heat transfer, like I say. So new burners in now. I'm going to put this boiler back together, put a new G10 seal on it, put the boiler back together and get it tested.
Thank you for continuing to hold.
Put the burner bar in, it's not working, coming up constantly fault code F28, which is obviously flame loss error. Now this had a good service, this boiler. Yeah, just on there, hold now. Wait to speak to technical. It sounds like the gas valve's open and stuff. I just want to do a couple of checks for technical on the phone, just diagnose what is actually going on.
Our service staff are still busy. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Just to diagnose the fault correctly, like I said, the boiler wasn't working. It needed a good service. You've seen from the video previously. The inside of that boiler was absolutely horrendous, but I've put the burner bar in now, which is a bit frustrating. Obviously ready to fire it up, done my gas test and stuff, and it's not firing F28. I can see my electrodes are arcing, so that's happening. Sounds like the gas valve's open, and it's injecting in, it's going through the fan pre-page, everything. So see what technical's saying there, see what they advise. Right, so I'm in. You want lights in, bag set up to go. Sat in absolutely all this rubbish. I've got a mask on, so I'll pull it down a bit while I'm talking. So Luke's been to this one, come to it the other week. In a nutshell, there was a leak on the boiler, so I'm going to zoom in a bit there. Let's have a look over that. So there you can see there's a few stains on the deck there. He's replaced the film up because that was leaking. Now, I'm not going to use the drain off on the boiler because I'm going to swap this pump over. The pump's been leaking from the scale build up there and the scale build up there at the bottom. If I can get you to show you that. At the bottom there, you can see all the white crusty marks. So I'm going to get that whipped out, drain it down. But where I'm going to drain this is because I'm outside there. Bear with 1 second. What I'm going to do is just disconnect because that is on the right side. And disconnect that. And then this here, a couple of flexes together. Try to do it one-handed. What I'm gonna do is sling it outside. That'll do it. Open the fill up. That's the best way I can drain it. Oh, no, you're gutted, aren't you? You know why? So it's freaking cold. That's the heat in there. So, no. Ah, gutted. I'm gonna have to whip that out. Oops. I'll have to drain it from here on there. So I'll get a bit of a nose pipe, drain that, and faff for that here. So I don't want to go back to the van. Drop the pressure, crack the pump, and catch it in a bag. Just get them, it's in control. And like I say, I don't want to go back to the van. Getting down there and that, I want to try to do some one visit if I can. I've got some blower behind me, so I'm just going to sit, wait for that to drain. Absolutely crap working aloft. On your own, no good. I'm going to get that pump out. I'm not going to bother stopping though, to be honest with you. I'm showing off something that's set up properly. That's what it needs to be doing. Oh god, I don't want to work today. Put my foot there. The things you do. Does anybody want a goldfish? I'm hoping at that now. So it's been leaking. Oh god, yeah, you can see on that seal, look. On there. I think the housing on the boiler's alright. I'm going to clean all that out. Give all that a good clean there. And then change the air vent and that. I don't think the house needs change. It wants a good clean up. Plenty of grease putting on. That's it, so bad. This system wants some chemicals in. We'll let the client know as well. Look at that. And the pump's a bit stiff, but that's not good. It's brown as hell. I'm going to get that cleaned up now. Crap in there as well. Clean that up, drop that in. So I've got my new pump house in there. What I'm going to do with that one is disconnect the pump head. So I'll do that now, to be fair. So she's disconnected now. You can see the seal on this one's miles better. I'm going to grease that up, plonk that back in there. The air vent appears to work as well. I'm not going to bother changing that full box. It doesn't need it in my house. It's I'm creating myself more work than what's needed. The housing on that pump house that's in there is totally fine. But when you buy these parts for these boilers, it gives you the full housing like that. Now that's just a plastic manifold area with pump housing. It's not cracked, that one there. It's running fine. So I'm just literally going to take that out, sling that in the bin. I'm putting the air vent in as well and put the pump in, but I'm going to get a slotted screwdriver. Then what I'm going to do is where that is all there like that, scratching the debris away to make sure it's nice and flat. Cause obviously, you see there, it's the scale building stuff on the seating is no good for the new pump to go in. So I can get that put in and get that running. So again, apologies, it's a bit of a POV of the hand this section. One thing I don't want to run through is when you're doing stuff like this, especially fitting pumps, you always need to go tighten opposite to opposite, because what happens is it makes the pump seat correctly. If I tighten that up, then tighten that up, then tighten that, then tighten up, time I get to there, that could be crooked. So I go to the opposite one there, get that nice and tight, then opposite to opposite again, just to make sure it's seating nice and flat. Again, things like this, pumps especially, but goes a lot back to more commercial stuff we do as well, especially doing flanges. If you're doing like a I don't know, let me stop that there. Say we've maybe got like a 10-12 bolt flange going in. Like I say, what you do is 10-12 volt flange going in. What you do is you'd put them all in hand tight and then work opposite to opposite, going all the way around like that. And the reason being is you're making sure that the flange sits comfortably and flat, 'cause it's just on a gasket. If you was to do it from one, then go all the way around in a circle, you won't get a true seal. And I've done that, learning the hard way, like I say. But it's just adapting things. And again, I think in this industry especially as well, you learn a lot from your failures. You know, you learn a lot from things going wrong, things happening and stuff like that. So, but again, jobs like this, Petty does me in. Like, whoever's installed the boiler is, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just in the loft. It's just, I bet it's like ball like from, but it's what it is. Look, we're here to repair it, not once to moan. I've had a whinge, I know. I've thrown my goldfish bag out. The goldfish is dead outside. I don't want a goldfish, it's dead water. She was in the bag, so I didn't want to do another tip to the run. Not got no one with me today, I'm on my Todd. But I like it. There's that, it's just little easy and agrees and maintenance ones. And you reach for your mini Nipexes. I got these ones sent for free from Nipex, look at them. Mini Cobras, never use them, but handy to keep. So yeah, I've got the pump in now, I'll spin it round. Sorry, I've got the new pump in, so I need to disconnect the electrics on that. I've made sure I've got safe isolation. I'm going to disconnect the fuse, then get this back in, get it wired up and get that tested. I can fire the boiler back up. I'll do a quick certification of the boiler, just make sure it's all running fine and that, just for proof. I've been here last, so I want to make sure that it is running properly. I'm liable for anything that happens from leaving today. And then I should be out of here, hopefully. There's been a couple of fill-ups on this, so whoever's been here before, not us, but you can see. I wonder why though that they've had two of them on that have leaked from there like that. I'll put them in my scrap pile. So what I'm going to do now, live and direct and all that, I'm going to get filled up. It's horrible this. So air vents open, you can hear that go in. And keep an eye, make sure it's not leaking up that pump. Again, pressure, she's looking good. That'll just be the plate, the heat exchange and air filling. 2 bar, that bar now. Oh, the expansion will be charging as well, to be fair, but I've tapped that and that sounded. That sounds good. Oh mate, something's pissing up there. Okay, now what's that now? Oh god, look at that. I don't know what that is. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. So I want to drain this off now because it started leaking from this plate here. So whip that out and see what's going on. I'll be honest, this is a right shit boiler. Fucking done my head in. Shouldn't swear no, but it's done my fucking tits in. What I was meant to be doing was changing the fucking pump head. And I'm getting involved in this shit. But whip that apart. I'm hoping I could just put some grease inside there. Right, so I found it. Looks of it obviously. That part goes into there, and that's my drain valve assembly. I think when I've whipped the PCB down, one of the wires has pushed on it and just deformed it a little bit. That load of scale and shit in there, so I've literally just pulled it all down. I've greased it all up. You can see plenty of grease on that now. It's all looking a lot better. There's a lot of debris on that, like I say, a lot of grime and that. So I'm hoping now when I put that in, that should be all right. We're having a mare. Absolute nightmare this. I took it out, greased it up, and now it's leaking where that pin goes through. There must be an O-ring there, I can't even see it. Through there, so it's the 4th time I'm drawing this down. This is proven to be an absolute ball ache. The worst thing is jobs like this is when you've got a schedule ahead of you and you're burning daylight. It's like now, 12:30, I don't know dinner yet. I'm burning daylight on this, but let's see what I can do. I feel defeated. I'm sat in the loft now. It's pissed me off because I've not even touched that part on the boiler. That's what's annoying me more. I've done the pump next to it, but I think when I've dropped the PCB, I didn't realise there was a wire caught and it's disturbed the plastic slightly. So I don't know if it's, I can't say it's fractured it. It's done something to it, definitely in relation to the O-ring. But when I've taken obviously the O-ring out, there was absolute loads of crap in it. You know, you'd seen all the brown debris and stuff like that. So stripped all that out, but obviously over time with the heat and the O-ring and stuff, it becomes slightly brittle. Now it feels okay, but I think it's just got compressed down over time. Put plenty of grease on. It's not having it, and I've just been informed that the client is moving in downstairs in the flat below. So it puts me in a bit of a sticky position really. I'm on as it stands now. I've just rang my suppliers now. They're going to frantically frantically try get a hold of the bits now if I can, because I'm going to have to come strip this down. Problem I've got is I've got 4 jobs ahead of me still. I've got another 2 enhancers to do, then another 2 more jobs to do. I've got to pop look at another boiler, another job, and then refit the toilet for Monday. So yeah, this is typical Fridays for us at Caprana really. And I suppose any tradesman in the days, like say, it is Fridays, I was like, it's a bit soul destroying, bit gutting more than else. I hate things like this. It messes with me totally. I've come to do the pump, knowing it was the pump, do the pump, put the pump in, fill it up, boom, pump sound. Part next to it starts leaking, but that's just the part of the buy work with boilers that obviously haven't been touched for a while. It happens, and these plastic shitty houses that they're putting them now, because they're cutting corners these boiler supplies nowadays, which is another thing that annoys me. They're charging more and more for these boilers, but you're not getting brass parts, they're getting plastic parts. Over time they become brittle and they fracture, which in this instance happened here. I'm not defeated, I'm fine, I'm just more annoyed. It's the stress and pressure that it puts on situations as a company, but I'm not going to sit even wait. I've got another job, 2 jobs to enhance, so I'm going to fly to them now, see what I can do, and then we'll come back to this, like I say. So it's looking like it's going to be a late one tonight, but there's not a lot we can do. That's the thing with this game, when people go, oh, you finish at 4:30, blah, blah. Nishta. No, you don't. You get done when the job gets done. Cannot leave client without heating hot water, so I'm going to frantically now try to do what I can to get these parts here. Plumb centre. But my supplier, who I use, Express Heat Spares in Hull, I've got an account here. I don't like plumb centre, honest. And this is the O-ring that they've sent me. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if that's bloody right. I'm going to try it though, because it's actually an oval shape, it's not cylindrical like that. So that, to be fair, will squeeze down like that, but it looks a lot more fat like that. So I'm going to go with there now, put that in, and hope for the best. There's no better noise. So I'm back from plumb centre. I'll be honest here, I couldn't be doing a video in that then, because I absolutely box made in. So there's the old O-ring, you can see there. Did my fucking head in that. That's knackered. That's why I was concerned with the one, because this is like an oval shape and not cylindrical. What I've done, like I say, the best thing I can do with that is, see you later mate, get out there, pick that when I go down. I've literally now just filled pressure back up. Boiler just going for its fire mode now, wait for its file, do a quick certification. But that now does all look, let me get the torch on that. That's not leaking from there now, thank God. That was an absolute bollock, and that has put my time back today. And on that one I've had to get a job cancelled and put it back to Monday, which is part of the buy. To be honest with you, that one has absolutely boxed me shed in. But I'm gonna fire up now. It happens, that's the plumbing heating industry. I suppose the electricians and stuff will be saying, join us anything, you know. Times, scales, you put your jobs in, things can go dramatically wrong, like this one here, you know, not allowed to come and do that. That wasn't even part of it, it was just get the pump in, get it sorted out, which I've done, and that's sorted. But another problem arises. But that's the thing with plastic housings on boilers nowadays, it's crap, because plastic houses, rubber O-rings, niche for me, brass all the way every time. Oh, she's fired. Get this put back together. So she's fired, and I feel good. 2:15. Ball ache, Unilite, my Milwaukee charger my Unilite, so I can crack on with that. Start going bagging that pack to where I can get out of this hellhole, this stupid little loft, look at it. I don't think I know where better to be on a Friday afternoon, could you? No.